Welcome back, Bear fans, to the Windy City Bears Network. I'm your host, RC. Today I'm doing a quick video, a year review on TJ Edwards. If you're new to the channel, hit a like, subscribe. I'm the only Bears creator that's doing a breakdown on all their starters on offense, all their starters on defense, head coach, GM. So if you want more in-depth news, come here, guys. I got you covered. Let's get into this real quick with TJ and his year review, and talk about what he did his first year with us, last year, and what do I expect for him to do this season. He had a fantastic first year in Chicago, 155 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. Last year, dipped slightly, 129 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, and 52 tackles. The only thing that really dipped was his tackling. And I believe it was because Billings was injured, missed a big chunk. And he was one of the guys who was taking on double teams and keeping the offensive linemen off of our linebackers. I think we fixed that issue coming into this season because we've added so much depth on the D-line, especially at D-tackle. You know, we're getting Billings back. We signed Grady Jarrett from Atlanta. We drafted Turner from Texas A&M in the second round. And he has a high motor. We're going to be able to rotate these guys, keep them fresh. I think that's going to be the strength of our defensive line, is the D tackles, and us trying to really get a push up front. Montez Sweat should improve. I don't really know. I know we signed Deo, but I'm not expecting him to be a terror on the other side on defensive end. Plus, he's a guy who can kick inside and outside. I think you will see 3 or 4 guys move inside and outside this season on that D-line. But TJ Edwards should be able to have a very good, productive season this year. I expect him to have around 150 tackles. He should be able to get 4 or 5 sacks, especially in this defensive scheme. It's so much different than what we were doing with Eberflus in the cover 2 and dropping our linebackers back. Dennis Allen's defense is an aggressive, downhill defense where our linebackers are going to attack. You're going to blitz a little bit more. We're not going to drop them back in coverage as much. We're going to be playing a lot more man. So you're going to see, I think this defense is tailor-made for a couple of our players. I think they should have huge seasons. I think our corners are going to play well in this man coverage. Brisker is going to be very, very key for this defense, for this secondary. When he's healthy, I think we have a top 5 secondary in the NFL. I think we have a top 10, top 7 linebacker core, maybe top 5 in the NFL. We really do have a lot of good players on defense, guys. You guys should be really excited. I don't know if you guys know how good Dennis Allen is. I will do a breakdown on his defense a little bit more in depth so you guys know. But, his last 10 years as a D coordinator, 8 of those 10 years, his defense was ranked in the top 10, guys. So we have the talent to be a top 10 defense. I expect us to be a top 10 defense. I think we have the talent to be a top 15 offense. We have a very hard schedule. So I still expect us to be around 8, 9 wins. If we stay healthy, who knows? Maybe we can get 10. Maybe we could shock some people and get 11. But a 9-win season would be huge for Chicago and Ben Johnson's first year. I think we got the pieces to be very competitive. We're only missing a couple pieces here and there. Yes, we would love to get another defensive end, a guy who can get us 10 sacks. And other than that, that's probably the only thing we're really lacking right now. Some people might say left tackle, but I think Braxton Jones is good enough. Plus, we drafted that kid in the second round who's looked solid. But until you put pads on, you really don't know what people look like. I know we're all waiting for training camp to start. But until then, guys, tune in here, get some insight, get the breakdown on all our players, guys. I've already done some, so if you're new to the channel, go back, watch those. Yeah, have a great weekend. Tomorrow is 4th of July, guys. I will still have a video out this weekend, but have a blessed day. Until next time, Bear fans, bear down.